pretty common example talking about how many different possible license plates we can make given certain information. So there's two parts, Part A and Part B, and Part A is saying with repeats. So if you can repeat your letters and your numbers, what would you have? So what we're going to do is, what do we have here? We're using two letters, so we need a letter in the first two spots, and then followed by 3 digits, so I'm just going to put a little number sign. These are going to be numbers. And we can repeat letters. So first we would say how many possible letters could go into our first spot, and hopefully we'll remember there are 26 letters in the alphabet. Now for the second spot right here, because let's say we use the letter A and we can use the letter A again, we still have 26 available letters for our next spot in the license plate. Then we move on to the digits and how many single digits are there. You know, if we look at just one spot on a license plate, like up here on this beautiful Michigan license plate with the sunset over the Great Lakes, you know, there's a 4 that takes up one spot. So our possible digits, you know, people will say there's 9 because there's 1 through 9, but we have to include 0. And if we're going 0 through 9, and if you actually count them, there are 10 possible digits we could use. And then for our fourth spot, because we can repeat whatever number we just used, we still have 10 available for that. And then for our last spot, 10 available for that as well. And I already threw in the multiplication. This is using our counting principle, just multiplying all your possibilities together. So if we grab a calculator and we do 26 times 26 times 10 times 10 times 10, and we get 676,000 possible license plates that can be made. So 676,000. That's our answer for Part A. Now Part B, with no repeats, you know, think about, do we think this number will be bigger or smaller if we can't repeat letters or numbers? Again, letters, and then numbers in the last 3 spots. So when we go to make a license plate and we have not put in any letters yet, we do have 26 available letters for that first spot. Now let's say we use the letter A. When we go to our second spot right here, A is no longer available because we cannot repeat it. So that means how many letters are left in the alphabet? We are left with 25 for our second spot there. Now we go to our numbers. We haven't used any numbers yet, so we do have 10 possibilities for our first spot. Then for our next number, if we use number 0, it's not available anymore, so now we only have 9 numbers left. And then for our last spot, because we've used 2 numbers already, that just leaves us with 8 remaining. So counting principle has us multiply all these together. 26 times 25. Let's see here, 26 times 25 times 10, 9, and 8. And we get 468,000 possibilities. Now, one thing to consider with these, you know, questions like this is, let's say you were a company that makes license plates, and is it to your benefit to have repeats or not have repeats? You know, you have the option of selling 676,000 versus selling 468. So you may say, well, I'll repeat numbers and letters so that you actually can sell more license plates. So, you know, people will figure out this information. Here's the real world, you know, all of this fun stuff.